All right, guys, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. You want to know why? Because while I was scouring the internet looking for so much information, okay, let's not lie to ourselves. I was just wasting time. I came across an article on gematsu. I don't know how to pronounce that website's name, but the article was super awesome, and it pertains to Castlevania. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rax, do you even like Castlevania? By the way, if you want to get a Rax the Belmont t-shirt, you can go over to storeenvy.com/Rax the Great. Thank you to KimmerX Project for designing that shirt. It is awesome, and you should definitely pick one up if you're a fan of this channel. But let's jump right into the article. As I said before, the article comes to us from gematsu. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't care. But it reads as follows. Castlevania Anniversary Collection rated in Australia. This comes to us from their editor Sal Romano. Says, Castlevania compilation in the works? And as you can see, there is an awesome picture with Dracula in the background there and lots of blood or something. I don't know what that is, but it says, Australian classification has rated a title called Castlevania Anniversary Collection from Konami. Castlevania will celebrate its 33rd anniversary in 2019. The first entry in the series, simply titled Castlevania, launched for Famicom on September 26, 1986 in Japan. A title with the name Castlevania Anniversary Collection has yet to be announced. In related news, last week the still unannounced Konami 50th Anniversary Collection Arcade Classics was also rated in Australia. Now, I did hear a few months back that a compilation of games was in the works for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't know if this is the same type of thing that we saw on the PS4 when we got Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood, and by God, that game is awesome. Rondo of Blood, if you have never played it and you're a Castlevania fan, you're doing yourself a disservice. You should definitely play that game. It is amazing. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and say that this is definitely coming to the US because this was rated in Australia, and I don't really know how things like that go. This could be a PAL region only type of deal, and that would make me very sad. Much like the arcade game that we never saw in the US. Yeah. Now, this news does get me extremely excited, especially for those of you who have been watching this channel. You know that I'm a huge Castlevania fan. Anytime there's something Castlevania going on, I'm up that like a rectal thermometer. Although we just recently got the PS4 Requiem collection with Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood, I felt like it could have included more games. There are so many great games in the Castlevania series. Don't get me wrong, those two are some of the greatest ones out there, but there are so many more to experience, and especially with the new age of gamers, younger kids that could potentially get into the series and create new fans, meaning more sales, meaning more games. I feel like you should have added a little bit more in there, Konami, but let's be honest, you're, pachinkoing it up. Leave your pachinko comments and jokes in the comment section. So if this Castlevania collection is coming to the US, I do hope they add a lot more in there, and some of the must-play titles I think that you should have in there, Konami. I hope you're paying attention. Let's be honest, you're not. But these are some of them that I suggest. Castlevania 1 through 3. These are amazing games. As you can see, Curse of the Moon, the Bloodstained game that just came out before Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, was an amazing game. People still love that art style, and I think that having these 3 games on there could definitely do some good. Super Castlevania 4, one of the greatest games, and one of the only ones you can, whip all around, just all around. Why don't they do that in the rest of the games? Jeez, man. Castlevania Dracula X. This is one of my favorite Castlevanias. Now, I know that this is kind of like a watered-down version of Rondo of Blood, but this game is absolutely fantastic. If you don't have this, well, let's be honest, it's getting kind of expensive. If you need to get this game, you're probably going to have to emulate it unless you want to spend over $100 like I did. Yeah, I spent over $100 on this game. Now, if this collection is going to be multi-platform, I do think that it should definitely have Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a classic. You can't play Castlevania and not like Symphony of the Night. It's just absolutely amazing, and Alucard is literally one of the best characters in all of Castlevania lore. So, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, another really awesome PlayStation Castlevania game was Castlevania Chronicles. This game, I believe, was a remake of the first game. It looks a little different, and there's some, there's some differences. But this game is absolutely fantastic. This has definitely got to be on the collection, man. It's got to be. It's got to be on the collection. Do it.
Just do it!
Now, if we're adding all of that in there, we might as well go ahead and throw all of the original Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance games, and even the DS games. Make this just one giant ultimate Castlevania collection. But let's be honest, that's really not going to happen. But if it did happen, that would be really awesome because some of these Game Boy games are getting kind of hard to find. Also, just Castlevania Legends alone, that game is going for quite a bit of money. So I think that having those Game Boy games on there would be a nice little additive. I don't think that they should be the main focus of it. But if they're going to be making this giant Castlevania collection, why not? But the one game that needs to be on this collection, Castlevania 64. Boy! Okay, I'm just joking. Just don't put that in there, please. If you put that in there, I'm not buying it. Yeah, I will, but please don't put that in there. Please. Now, I know that since I'm a big Castlevania fan, I want to see all of the games on the collection, but let's be real. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be 2 to 5 games maximum. So I'm curious to know what you guys think will be on this collection. Do you think that it is going to be something of the earlier titles? Do you think it's going to be something later? Do you think they're going to troll us and give us Lords of Shadow 1 and 2 on one disc or one cart? I would really be mad. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Please. Please. Don't do it. Do you think that this will be an all-digital collection, or do you think we may possibly get a physical collection? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. You know, it's a struggle out here. Hit the subscribe button, please. Please, just do it, please. All joking aside, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all of the support, and I will see you on the next video.